I'm Ralph Grizzle, the avid cruiser. For more than 2 decades, I've cruised the 7 seas on some of the world's most luxurious ships. I write about my experiences on avidcruiser.com. My goal is to help people like you make informed decisions about your cruise vacations. Join me today in an exciting new mini-series as I explore the most popular cruise destinations around the world. My name is Ralph Grizzle, and I am the Avid Cruiser. Naples, Sorrento, Capri, Amalfi, you've probably heard the names, and if you haven't, you're in for quite a treat. We're going to see them all and a lot more. We begin by traveling one of the world's most beautiful roads along the Amalfi coast. The Amalfi Coast is characterized by high cliffs plunging onto a beautiful shoreline. Carved within the cliffs, a highway serpentines its way along the edges, making a ride along the Amalfi Coast like none other. The region's striking beauty, in fact, has put it on the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. We passed through gorgeous towns and villages dotting the coastline. Positano, in particular, was positively beautiful. This gorgeous little town has been featured in several films, including Only You and Under the Tuscan Sun. We drove along a series of switchbacks and through tunnels cutting through the rocky cliffs. The highway isn't that long at all. It's less than 20 miles between Sorrento and Amalfi. But the going can be slow as every turn in the road presents a photo opportunity. We wanted to slow down to admire the beauty of one of the world's most beautiful highways. So I'm here in Amalfi and Piazza Duomo. It's kind of a warm day here, so what better to do than to have some gelato. This is homemade gelato, homemade limone gelato. It is delicious. Amalfi is a charming little town at the end of the road for us. A maritime trading power more than 1,000 years ago, the town became a popular holiday destination for upper-class Brits in the 1920s and 30s. It's still popular, and Amalfi is included on the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It's rocky, it's rugged, it's beautiful, and it is legendary. This is the Isle of Capri, and it doesn't take a lot of imagination to see why some people refer to it as the Isle of Dreams. Capri has been a holiday resort ever since the days of the Roman Republic. Today, it's a busy and bustling island with lots to see and do, including something I've never seen: gigantic lemons. You can't come to the birthplace of Limoncello without trying one, so here I am. Perfecto. We headed across the island to Anacapri for a chairlift ride to the top of Monte Solaro. We traveled nearly 2,000 feet above sea level to be rewarded with spectacular views up top of the southern coast. Before leaving Anacapri, we visited Villa San Michele, the beautiful home of the Swedish physician and author Axel Munthe. The home is beautiful and the gardens are gorgeous. The garden stands on the same spot where the estate of the Emperor Tiberius once stood. I can only imagine what it was like to live here and to have access to such beautiful views every day. It was a day that was probably a lot like this one. Sunny skies, pleasant weather, and people going about their everyday chores. And then just a few miles away, Mount Vesuvius erupted. It sent up a plume of ash that changed the lives of these people and of this place forever. Vesuvius destroyed Pompeii, an ancient Roman city less than 20 miles from the center of modern-day Naples. Walking these ancient roads and passing the ruins was a humbling experience for me. Here was a place that was thriving with life until that fateful day when Vesuvius spewed her destructive forces upon the village. Can you imagine living in the shadow of such a powerful force? Even today I think about that with such a large population living in Naples. Could Vesuvius rumble with wrath again? Pompeii is an eerie reminder that nature continues to have power over us. Pompeii was actually lost for 1,500 years after the eruption and rediscovered in 1599. The first excavation started in the 1700s. The buildings of Pompeii were covered in up to 12 layers of ash and other fragments from the eruption. Today, Pompeii remains frozen in time. The excavated city and its many well-preserved buildings serve as snapshots of Roman life in the first century. As you might imagine, Pompeii is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Studies show that the inhabitants were exposed to hot surges, reaching nearly 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Such intense heat would have killed even those sheltered in buildings. There are more than 1,000 casts made from impressions of bodies in the ash deposits that were recovered in and around Pompeii. They're frightful reminders of a tragic event that still resonates with us today. I'm walking now through Herculaneum. Now, like Pompeii, Herculaneum was also destroyed by eruptions of Mount Vesuvius. But unlike Pompeii, Herculaneum remains amazingly intact. The city was covered in 60 feet of hot ash. Excavators had to dig deep to expose the city, and in fact, one of the first things you notice when you arrive here is that Herculaneum is in a hole. Another UNESCO World Heritage Site, Herculaneum was a wealthy resort town. You could practically pass by the historic site and miss it because it's below the city that surrounds it. Even if you visited Pompeii, it's still worth coming to Herculaneum because the two sites represent two different types of towns and two different types of destruction. I found Herculaneum to be better preserved than Pompeii, but the two complement each other very well. Herculaneum was affected by volcanic forces that, unlike in Pompeii, didn't destroy many of the rooftops or even the wooden objects. Until the discovery in 1981 of several hundred skeletons huddled together, it was even thought that all of the inhabitants had managed to escape. Herculaneum was a wealthier town than Pompeii, boasting many fine houses and lavish use of colored marble, enduring symbols of beauty that survived the fearful forces of Vesuvius. We've only been able to show you a little of the beauty of Naples, Sorrento, and the Amalfi Coast. There's a lot more to see, but for that, you'll simply have to come for yourself, and believe me, you won't regret it. I'm Ralph Griswold, and I'll see you in the next beautiful destination.